Hello, everyone who wants to listen. This is the first chapter to my short story, Denti ren, The Four Pieces of Power. I hope it's enjoyable and brightens the day. By the way, I'm Bob Monarch. Thank you for coming for a ride. Now, let's go. As you might know, this will be split up into four parts. Hope you enjoy. Let's join the Denti ren crew on a mission to get four pieces of power from four different worlds: the sea, Volcania, Electrica, and Claudia. Let's see how good of a team they become. The year is 2047. The setting of the sun and rising of the moon. Oh, apologies. Chapter 1: Momo's Chance. The setting of the sun and rising of the moon is a sign for the people of the Terra planet, a time for slumber and quiet. The markets and many places are closing, and people of all ages are making their way home. Peace and prosperity travel through the planets even in the darkest of night, especially in Claywood. This is a place of noise and business, but quiet fills the air at night. This is where a crew was found and made, chosen to protect the planets of Denti ren and the corruption that will one day find its way into the worlds. That day will come in time. Only the leader of Terra can see the journey of corruption. 2 years is the time she announced to the people one day, and that has become a not so trusted rumor, slowly spreading through the planets. The people of Terra and the other worlds have their opinions on the matter of corruption. Rumors spread and fall, and it's the talk of the town for many. Sensei Joe is not one of them, the leader of the Ninja Academy. The worries he has are not of corruption, but teaching his young students the art of protectors of the planets, and being ready for anything the world has to hit them with. This is why an evening right after training he announces for a meeting in the plaza for all of them to attend. He starts with a clearing of his throat and says, "Everyone, come to me before returning to your rooms." The students stop in their tracks and run into a line standing with their arms behind them as they wait for Sensei to continue. He steps forward and clasps his arms behind himself. "As you all know, every year I send a group of students I see with most potential on a mission to grow their teamwork. So even with all of the rumors this year, there is no difference." Everyone replies with a yes, Sensei, and he continues. "The students that have been chosen last year are Lovely Sky, Sharp Zero, and Fairy Flare. Please step forward." He waits for the crew to step and then says, "We will have a fourth joining you this year." This has caused a soft echo of gasp throughout the crowd. Sensei waits a few seconds for the banter to calm, then impatiently he puts his hands up and everyone goes silent. Sensei looks at the three people, person crew, smiling for a moment. The crew consists of the first Lovely Sky, a young ninja in training that sports a normal gray robe, with her light white pouch for her gear. She has cloud-like skin and fluffy-looking hair. She also sports her elemental mask, which is a wooden face cover with curves on the top that mimic clouds. Her eye movement makes the eyes on the mask move. Next is a Sharp Zero, who is a young boy ninja but the oldest in the crew. He sports the same robes as Sky but has smaller sleeves and also has a brown pouch for his gear. His gray skin with black wire-like indents cover his arms and legs that the robes don't. The only difference is his mask, which is a wooden one, but the top is sharper and rigid. Besides that, it mostly works the same way. Lastly is the furry flare, who wears all the same besides having a pouch across his chest. His mask matches his hair that flows like fire and is red and orange like his skin. They stand ready for the new member like everyone else until "Young Momo, please step forward." Sensei yells, which leads to a growing chatter against the crowd and crew whispering and comments travel. A young looking girl who wears the robes like the others, but she sports a boring looking mask that does the same thing as the others. It seems to be old fashioned and run down. She steps up slowly and bows to Sensei Joe. Yay! Go Momo! A girl from the line yells excitedly. Her friend Sarah, who is quieted just as quickly from an older student beside her, with a tap. Sarah was quiet but smiling. Momo gives a smile, then looks to Sensei and is about to ask him a question when a really annoyed Zero makes his complaints known. Zero looks to Momo and then to Sensei, and not breaking his stoic demeanor, he says, Sensei, don't you think it's a bad idea? She doesn't even have an element. She's a normal. Terra. It will only cause us problems. The stoic and unfeeling in his voice stays, which makes a feeling start to grow in Momo's chest. She gets her first chance at traveling, and Zero has to make things worse. Zero, Momo will be coming with you, and if you don't like it, then you can either deal with it or I will switch you with someone else. Sensei says, walking close to Zero. Even with his short height, he gives the biggest scare. This causes Zero to back down for now. The others are nicer than Zero. Flare gives Momo a big smile, his eyes on his mask lighten as a yellow color shows his excitement. He high-fives her and almost catches her hand on fire. Ow! She says, putting her hand away from him, blowing at it as a reflex. Sorry, I gotta work on that. He finishes rubbing his neck nervously and walks back to his spot in line. Sky then comes over, but all she does is give her a little brown pouch that will snap onto her leg to use during the trip. I know you probably have a snail bag, but this holds more than snails. She smiles. Her mask eyes go into two curved V's, a sign she is happy. Momo takes a pouch and gives her a small bow, smiling back. They both turn back to Sensei, the yellow fading from her mask, waiting for information. The feeling in her chest not fully faded, but simmering inside her. She will prove herself, and she will be respected.